whether you're a lineman, a punter. He goes, I want to show you guys something. And he would test you on the 40, and then after that, they wrote it down. Everybody got on the line, and the guy would work with you. I mean, from A to Z. Boom, 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 your step, your neck, your breathing, your shoulders, how they should move. He did that for 5 days straight. For those next 5 days, Monday through Friday, from 7:30 to 8, that's all you worked on. He called it sprint movement. 1978 for all you. Well, we came up with that.
Yeah.
And he called it sprint movement. He broke down the sprint, the movement of the elbow, how high the elbow should go up. How high the elbow should go.
Yeah.
I remember this in the 8th grade.
Yeah, that's great.
The knee, the body, when should it pull back? That your thing is like a sail. I mean, I can't, I'm a fat fuck now. I ain't running no 40s. Mm-hmm. But by the end of the week, you made your under 40, and you would go, what happened?
Yep.
Your time would go crazy. Did you get faster? No. He taught you technique, and he taught you efficiency.
Yep.
And the same is with everything.
That's the same with everything. Yep.
With everything.
Always get the pro right away, man. If you go, if you want to learn, so a friend of mine always does the same thing. He needed to, with the, how you call it, a yo-yo. There was his part. He's an actor, Holt McCallum. He's got this new show on Netflix now. It's going to come out, Mindhunter, with what's his name? Fincher, David Finch.
Really?
Yeah, he's doing this show. $10 million an episode. He's the lead guy of the actor. But anyway, he had to do this yo-yo thing, and he just hired right away the world champion yo-yo. And you should see him within 4 weeks, the things that he was doing. And I guarantee you, if you go just do a regular Joe, he's not. But if you have the guy who knows how to tap into you and to say, no, this is the reason why you do it. That's why I enjoy teaching so much. I always go back to the basics, and people, they say, yeah, but it's always the basics. And this example I use many times. I had a guy in my class who stopped me after the class. He said, boss, you know what's funny? I said, yeah. Tell me. And he said, we've been doing the same stuff for like 3 years in a row, as long as I've been here. I go, yeah. I say, you know what's even more funny? And he goes, no. I say, you're still not doing it correctly. And he looked at me. I go, that's why we have to do it, because everybody forgets the basics. But once I go into my spiel, where the power comes from, and I show you why it comes from there, it blows you. You go right away, why did nobody ever told me that before? But it's just thinking about it and finding a way to tap in. And if you, with that swimming, you guys didn't even run, probably, right? You just did the technique.
Technique.
With the technique,
half
with the running.
hour technique.
You see, and that already made you better.
And at the end of the week, everybody left there. I remember being on the bus home with 4 of us, me, Chucky McBreen, and his brother, and we go, how? That's amazing that we went in there 4.9. Who the fuck knew what it was then? And all of a sudden you're 4.75 or something. You're like, what happened?
Yeah.
He taught you how to run. Then I remember going back the next year and I beat it again. I beat the record before because he gave you homework to do. He goes, do 3 of these. It's just really... so with pitching, it's the same thing. If I pitch right now and it's 32 miles an hour, once I go to the pitching guy, he's going to go, hold on, let's do these exercises real quick. Warm up the eye. Loosen the tendon. You have a tendon back here that if it's not loose, it takes 10 miles an hour off your thing. Meanwhile, you're sitting there like, fucking, what happened to my arm? And all of a sudden it'll go with the technique again and how it should come up over your ear and all that stuff. And that's where you get your power from, but the power still comes from the hip.
Yep.
That's what we're talking about. That's
the
still,
push-up.
And then it's this hip.
Yep. Yeah, the opposite hip.
It's the opposite hip for baseball. How fucking crazy is
that? Is that because you're throwing it back?
You're throwing it
back.
Yeah, see? So I'm here. And I have to lift.
Yeah.
Unless you saw our man Louis Tiant over there in Boston, he turned his whole fucking body around.
Yeah.
That's
Bert Blijleven. You know that guy?
Bert Blijleven.
Yeah, he's Dutch. He's a Dutch pitcher here. He did very well.
Yes, very well.
Yeah, I heard he's in the Hall of Fame. So yeah, that's cool. They had this 5 years ago, and I felt so horrible about everything. The best male athlete from the Netherlands. they put me at number 2, and I go like, there's no way. Like the soccer players, Johan Cruyff, everybody was behind me like a gold medalist. I felt so horrible. But Bert Blijleven, he's the pitcher. He was the number 1 guy. Apparently, he had an unbelievable career. Yeah, we don't have in Holland. We don't have that. You maybe have 3 clubs, baseball. Yeah, maybe now more, but it's never been big in Holland.
Now I'm going to ask you simple questions that I just don't fucking know that I want to ask you. In Holland, why is it so well known for the kickboxing there? I never knew these things. I've just heard little, and you got to make believe like you know. Oh, really? You got to make believe you're lying. Why is it?
Because we just had guys. It started with Jan Plas. Jan Plas was from Mengho Gym. Had Rob Kamen, all these guys at the time. Miluel Goebeli. I mean, they had a team which was an unbelievable team. They would go to Thailand and they beat the Thais. And everybody, how is this possible? What they did, they tied the hands together with the legs. The Thais at that time, and still now a lot, they mostly kick each other back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now, since that whole thing started happening, and Ramon Dekkers, once he started going to Thailand, just destroying people, it was because he has great hands and legs, and he tied them together. Samart, one of the most famous guys ever, right, in Thailand, he was also a WBO boxing guy. He had that also. He had the hands and the legs together. So we grew up with that. I remember a show we had with Rob Kamen. I was a big Rob Kamen fan still. He's a good friend of me now, of mine. But we had this show. There were 4 world title fights in Holland that they broadcasted live to Thailand. We fought 4 world champions in Thailand. They all got knocked out that night in Holland. I mean, that never happened again. They never wanted to repeat it. For some reason, the Dutch really like their striking. But, with us, you have soccer, skating. But, after that, it's probably Thai boxing. I mean, every week there's fights everywhere, so people just enjoy punching, kicking, I guess.
So I thought that you were going to tell me, well,
no,
back in the Viking days, there was this Viking named Raw.
No.
He knew how to kickbox.
And he had an axe.
Took a sailboat,
broke his axe, and then he did it with his hand.
I love all that type of stuff, that type of this guy went and developed it. Now, you said something before. You said something about a lower leg kick. Is it a lower leg kick and a higher leg kick?
No. Just a low kick. But, some people, what they do nowadays, they kick also below the knee, which is, could be dangerous if, like, for instance,
the
my
inside
stance,
of the calf.
Yeah, because there's the tibula. You have the fibula, the tibula. The tibula is a little thin bone. I might flip it around right now. But anyway, that bone can be broken. I think Pitbull, Ferry, he against Benson Henderson, when he got kicked there, he broke that bone.
Okay, that's
and
it.
Fight was over. Now, my stance is a different stance. Like, I'm standing right in front of you. So if I lift my leg, if you kick me a low kick, you're going to kick my shin. But if I stand in one line with both feet, then they got a nice little cushion there, which is your calf. They can kick around. Another great thing for that is, of course, balance. If you kick lower on the leg, of course, you're going to move this guy, so like you see John Jones also using it, it's all very smart, you bring your opponent off balance, and if he's off balance, he can't counter. He might counter, but not with a strong punch, so you can capitalize on that.
We're going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.